All right, so we've pulled the wagon in because we have had people asking whatever happened to the 4R70W videos that you guys did. Did you ever finally test drive the car? And I will say no. Life got in the way. Things got complicated. We moved, but we are now finally in a position to get this thing rolling. Besides, I have a plan to take this to a car show next weekend. So of course, necessity being the mother of invention, we're underneath the car talking about it. Now what I'm going to go over real quickly before we go out and do our test drives with this thing is what we're doing and where we're at. We've got our exhaust system in. We are not final on that either because no one makes a tailpipe section for the wagons, so we're kind of in a stuck spot on that. We have not tested the transmission. We have an error code coming in that is a temp sensor on the transmission. Our only worry is that it won't let the thing shift the way it normally should. So we're going to take it out and run the laptop. We're not going to necessarily show that, but we are going to take it out and run the laptop to see what's going on. We also have a bit of a leak at the tail shaft housing. Now I will say this, that doesn't surprise me any because we replaced that seal 3 times. I'm still not sure that we have the right seal on the end of the transmission. We may also possibly have a driveline angle issue that has the transmission and engine tilted too far back. Again, all these little things are things you're going to have to work through. But with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and skate out from underneath here. We're going to go out and do our looks and checks, check on everything, and then we're going to take this thing out for a drive. Okay? Okay. All right, so what we're doing now is we're going through and doing our checks on the undercarriage before we take this thing out on the road. I know a lot of guys are just going to wing it and send it, so to speak, but I really don't like doing that. So Cam's going through and checking all of our bolts, all of our nuts to make sure everything is tight. Always do this, especially if it's been sitting for a little while since the last time you worked on it. Try not to drop too many wrenches too. Know if you're going to be able to hear us because we're running a mic that we've never run before, but here we go.
We're trying it.
Trying a lot of new things today.
We out here.
New mic, new transmission, a little low on fluid,
possibly new yard art.
Possibly new yard art. Yeah, I think I really want to get the tailpipes on this thing.
Yeah, it's going to be droning. It's going to sound good though.
First shift?
Yep, 11
At 15. Supposed to be shifting at 15 and low RPM, so we got it to shift at 15. That's a good thing. This is one of the things I always do when we're working with these kind of cars is I'm going to drive through the neighborhood here and then we are going to, if everything checks out, which it seems to be, we're going to the auto parts store and then we're going to go and get some more ATF because we're about half quart?
Yeah, half quart
low. Now what we'll also do is after we go and do our major runs with this, after next weekend with the transmission, pop the drain off and then change the transmission fluid out again.
For good measure.
Just for good measure.
That drone is impressive.
Golly. It's just because it's throwing it right up underneath the floor pan. It's turned into a great speaker.
You just got a big hollow car.
Oh yeah, it's nothing like making a speaker out of an automobile. Now we have to wait for clearance because because I got the camera guys in the truck in front of us. I like this though, it reacts just like the C4.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel any different.
I can make it feel different.
We probably
I can
will.
start clicking buttons and start doing stuff for you.
We probably will try to make it feel different later, but for right now, let's just do with the cushy shifts.
She's a wagon. It's a cruiser.
It's a cruiser. It's a wagon.
Don't worry about the big meaty tires, slam to the ground, and big sway
None of that
bars.
stuff.
Yeah, no.
That sad thing is, I don't even know if they're going to be able to hear what we're saying because of how loud it is. Yeah, it wasn't that loud before, but
You can't hear us droning because the car droning.
I'll probably be doing subtitles underneath all of this, like a foreign film. He's actually not going fast enough for us to test this
he's
out.
kind of hurting us.
Look, a ranchero.
That was the yard art I was referring to.
I'm not sure why it's in our yard, but okay.
Should go.
30.
Should be hitting third and fourth here soon. We're in third now.
Are we?
Yeah.
This is just like the C4. Actually, I think it feels like it's a little more geared than the C4.
It is. 470s have a wider gear band. They've got I think they have a lower first.
Slightly lower first than the C4. And there's overdrive. Daddy like. I don't know why I would go to a bigger gear.
No.
Really want to try passing gear.
Dude, I want to tell you to for it.
But we got Grandma Moses driving the Suburban, and he's tootling along.
I'm filming.
He's actually going the speed limit.
Yeah. Who does that?
Who does that?
I'm sorry. I thought
Andrew does, yeah.
thought this was America.
It was, but it's not. It's not right now. Maybe later.
Coolant temp and all that good?
Huh?
Coolant temp and all that good?
I don't know. I got a little light that tells me if it's too hot.
It's not pinging yet, so it's not too hot.
I don't hear any ticking, so we must be okay.
So I like it.
I like this, man.
Cruising in third.
Yeah, for right now, where we're at, third's perfect.
Yeah.
It's not running into overdrive at all. I'm not going to try.
It felt kind of chuggy when it went into overdrive, but that was real low RPM.
Right. Now, the thing I was going to say is the only thing we might do is Rob Calick, one of our guys that's a mod squad dude, he gave us a 8-inch traction lock. Oh.
Oh yeah, she's gonna stomp.
Yep. How happy.
That already felt a little bit more responsive than the C4.
Still have that moment of panic. I know it's going to do it, but I have a moment of panic.
For light shift, I'd kind of like to drop that first shift.
Down to what, 10?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking
Well,
too.
it's set up right now at sub 10% throttle. It should be shifting 1 to 2 at 11.
That smells like it's running on the brakes.
Yeah.
I like it.
Didn't have as much punch as I was hoping for. Were you in it
Yeah.
all the way?
No,
Okay.
I was about 3/4 throttle.
Probably shouldn't.
I'm not going to full send yet.
Restrained.
Restraint. So far, though, under normal driving conditions, I'm real happy. You got to remember what we've decided to do with this thing. We're not making a hot rod out of it.
Yeah.
It's a cruiser.
And it's going to be a really nice highway cruiser. And so far, no drive line vibration.
Yeah, so far, but we've only got it up to 40
Yeah,
with
but But if we were going to have
with
one,
Grandma Andrew driving up front.
well, that went surprisingly too well.
Every time I do something like that that's brand new, I'm always waiting for that other shoe to drop.
Yeah.
Like I'm waiting for something bad to happen the entire time I'm driving it. The first couple of weeks, I'm nervous.
Yeah. Well, the first 2 or 3 times we were both waiting on it to shift, going, it did it.
Like a baby pooping for the first time.
Yeah, good job. Good push.
All right, so a little bit of after effects on this. It actually drives pretty close to the C4 before. I mean, I can remember how that one drove, and it drives pretty much like it. The only thing I will say is that part of me does want a little bit more meat out of it, and I'm thinking a 325 rear gear.
Well, we can also play with the tune a lot in the trans. That's the nice thing about going electronic control.
Oh, that US shift thing is nice, dude. That makes it so easy.
Didn't even start playing with it because I was afraid of dropping the tune out of it, but you can change every shift point, every shift firmness.
Yeah. I love the way that thing operates. My thought process still is, I think 325 possibly for a rear gear.
373.
And I don't want to go 373. I get to a 373 and I'm like, why did you bother putting an AOD in there?
Yeah.
Because then all you really have is a 4-speed transmission that's still at basically almost 1-to-1 in 4th gear. So 325 would be optimum. That's what Ford ran in the Police Interceptors with the 4.6 and the 4R70W.
Yep.
And those run out pretty nice. I mean, they got a good spark off the bottom end. I was going to say, Quick Performance does sell an 8-inch full chunk where they got the, the ring and pinion, you get everything, and it's in the chunk, and you put it in there, and then it's warranted.
I was about to say, then he got warranty on it. That is worth the price of admission.
So that may be what we'll do. But for right now,
no, it's perfectly drivable.
I'm real happy. I mean, I'm happy enough that we've got something to go to in about 15 minutes here when we bug out of here that I am real tempted to drive that.
I would make it. I wouldn't have any problem. I mean, I'd drive it.
You drive your Mustang. So, speaking of driving, drive yourself over to our Patreon account and check that sucker out. At the $10 a month level, you get monthly meetings with me on Zoom. A bunch of other people get together. Andrew are almost ready to go back onto our monthly videos that we do for our patrons. Little tech tips here and there for you guys to take a look at and say, hey, that's a really cool idea. Or go, I'm not even sure why I'm bothering to watch this. But we really are doing this not for me. This money goes in and actually goes right back out. We're paying Andrew with that, and we also use a little bit of that money to help the guys that come in here on Saturdays to be able to get a little bit of bread, so to speak, as the old guys would say, toward their bottom line. And it also goes to pay for all the food that we use here on Saturdays and the drinks and all the feed the people. And boy, howdy can boys eat. So if you want to help us out, that's a great thing. And if we've done anything to help you out with your cars, if we've saved you any amount of money at all, maybe think about doing it. You don't have to do the $10 a month level. That's our top line number. And if you want to do more, you can. But check that out. Also, subscribe to the channel. We are sitting at the Paul wall. You'll notice Paul's Paul wall is kind of empty. And that's the reason for that is this is where our plaque is going to go. We'll be putting our plaque here in Paul's Paul wall. This is Paul's wall, but this is our Paul's Paul wall. I know that makes a lot of sense to no one, but it's okay. And if you ever come here, you see all the signatures on here, that's what that's all about. We put your signature up on the wall, and we plan to make the thing almost, black with signatures. And so there you go. And I guess that's really it.
Yeah.
So,
just to, drive it or not drive it because you have stuff to do.
I got too many things to do, man. That's the thing. It sucks because I've got a party to go to.
Now that the day that we get it done,
where it's drivable.
And now and we've got other things we got to do to it anyway to get it ready to go to the show next weekend, because we're going to our local club show, our spring fling. So that's coming up, in a couple of days from when you guys are seeing this. It's going to sit here.
Just gonna admire it.
I'm going to look at it from Jford.
Would you look at it? Just look at it.
Finally, folks, do me a favor. Be kind to each other. Be good to each other. Love on each other. You guys have a great week, and we'll see you next time on Autorestomod. So, I got to auto saw the wheels. I'm still wondering whether I should do any of the body work.
I still say just buff the roof of it.
That's almost like what we talked about when I did the Allen's car.
Yeah.
The white Thunderbird that was in here, I did half the bumper using our auto saw product that we like to use around here for chrome.
Just the half.
And I told him about it. He said, hey, see, I got half your bumper clean.
That's what true friends are for. To give other people
That's
jobs.
what friends are for.
I already did half of it before you can get
Yep,
the rest.
I got that done of it. And I actually did half the car. I did the bumper. I did the trim on the door.
You really want to piss him off, you do the passenger side so he can't even enjoy it.
A chrome shiny enough. Now he's got to wear sunglasses. You guys have a great week.